Great Ogoni people, great. My name is Victor Baradogbarabo. It's a pleasure talking to you again. I am always passionate about talking to Ogoni people. And last time I promised I was going to continue the topic I spoke on. And I will continue that today. Last time I spoke on Ogoni should continue their quest for political autonomy. And today is the part 2 of it. So, like I said before, I don't talk to promote mediocrity. I don't promote slave mentality. I don't fertilize it. But rather what I do is I talk in order to deflate that balloon of ignorance and servitude. Because if you discover the society we are in today, Ogoni people have been victim of this kind of thing. And it is high time we all stood up and said no to this kind of oppression that is in the system. So just give me 10 minutes of your time and I'm going to give you the little thing I have today and then we are all done. So I want to promote you. I want to provoke you to think out of the box. It is some people are like they are semi-wet. So they don't catch fire, rather they bring smoke. So I want to fan you so that you can bring fire and you don't just bring smoke. That is exactly what I am doing because our people need liberation. I also said before, it might sound like Noah building an ark where there is no water, no rain, no sea. But at the end of the day, everything he spoke about came to pass. I want you to mark whatever I'm telling you today because some people, you don't read the system you are in. You don't know that the system you are in is so corrupt that if you are not careful, you become victim of it. And that is what I want Ogoni people to be careful of so that we don't become victim. Again, you see, there are two cardinal things that have been used over the years to marginalize people in Nigeria. And that is state creation and population census. They have used these two things against the minority, those they call the minority, because you see, when they created states for themselves, adding more states to themselves, and then they give you small. Okay, a simple example is this. If in a democratic setting, where you want to talk of where rule of law prevails, where everything is okay, where there is no marginalization, where there is no cheating, where people of all ethnic backgrounds are equal, if you give 10 states to a Hausa population, a Hausa tribe, you should give 10 states to an Ogoni tribe. You give 10 states to an Igbo tribe, you give 10 states to a Yoruba tribe. But in the case of Nigeria, it is not like that. They've amassed several states to themselves, to the Hausa people in the north, and then they give 1 or 2 states to those in the south. Now, what is the hope of a common man or common people like Ogoni people? What is our own hope when all the resources that's being used today in Nigeria comes from those regions, those areas, but yet they give you just one state? Ogoni people, they are still struggling even to become a governor in one state that was given to several ethnic groups in the south. So I will tell you how these two things have been used against us. I'm going to use Governor Wike and I'm going to use Rotimi Amechi, the ex-governor and also an ex-minister, as a case study so that you understand exactly what is going on. Now, if you look at the presidential primaries that they just finished, the PDP and the APC. Now, Governor Wike, in his power, he did everything he could do. And if not for the way the system is, I believe Governor Wike would have picked that ticket. Honestly speaking, he would have picked that ticket. But why didn't he pick the ticket? That is what you have to use your head to understand. The same thing to Amechi. Now, you see, let me tell you, when it comes to those shouting, one Nigeria, look, when it comes to politics, those in the north, the way they play the politics, they look at their brothers first before they look at you. Now, Wike was very loyal. He was very instrumental to Tambuwa's presidential bid in the last 4 years ago. Wike did everything for Tambuwa. But when it was time for Tambuwa to now reciprocate what Wike did for him, what did he do? He decamped for Atiku instead of Wike. If Tambuwa had decamped for Wike with his vote and all the southern aspirant stepped down for Wike would have picked that thing. But no. So you can see how it is being played. Now, look at Amechi on the other side. The same thing. At the end of the day, there is no friendship. They look at their brothers, they look at people from their own area, and then they will step down for you. That is how it is being played. So, but the most painful thing is those in the south that have all the wealth in Nigeria, but yet don't benefit from it. They don't understand this game that they've been played. I spoke before, and I think that video is on my YouTube page. The state creation in Nigeria, the number of states that is given to themselves, like the Hausas, are much more than states given to every other people. Why? That is not democracy. It's not supposed to be that way. Because if you are giving, I've said before, if you take 10 states, give us 10 states. If you take 2, give us 2, so that when we have representatives in the house, we will all be equal. That is how a democratic setting should look like. Look at the UK. England don't have more than Wales. Wales don't have more than Scotland. Scotland don't have more than Northern Ireland. They are all equal. Equal representatives. That is how true democracy works. And not what we have in Nigeria. So this is the same thing they've used against us. So when delegates are coming, the number of delegates that are coming from their own area is more than the delegate that is coming from their own area. Because each state will bring its own delegate. So how many delegates will come from Rivers State to give you the presidential ticket? You see these flaws, you see these mistakes, and yet you dance in it. You decide to just forget it and flow with it in the name of one Nigeria. Have you asked yourself, what about if this wealth they are all fighting for came from their own region? How would it look like? If now that the wealth is not from their own region, they've oppressed you to this level, what about if this wealth was from their own region? What would have happened to you? You would have just been on the street sweeping. If you don't know, no. You will just be sweeping. So I can't understand why even little kids understand this thing, but mature people that are supposed to know that the future of their people are at stake, but they don't do anything about it. Rather, they are only thinking of themselves. It is sad. They'll tell you they have more population than you. Who told you that? Who told you that? That they have more population than you? Who told you that? What kind of census that have been done in Nigeria that we have census that would give us the accurate data of everybody living in Nigeria? They amass more population to themselves. They just tell you this is what we have, this is what you have, and you believe it? You believe that kind of a thing? Look, if we don't calm down to really understand who we are, where we are coming from, and what we should do to liberate ourselves, we will remain slaves forever. Honestly. So looking at the whole thing, when will an Ogoni man become president of Nigeria? When in a proper democratic system, all ethnic groups are equal and we are supposed to have equal representatives. When will an Ogoni man become president of Nigeria? That's the question you should ask yourself. Because the system is not working. So we need to understand how we can work together if we want to be in one Nigeria, and then we write our constitution and how we can do things that everybody will be equal in that country before we talk of moving ahead. As you see, the youth now they are supporting Peter Obi. Oh, good. It's good they should support him, because you know what is going to happen. They will support him. They will do everything. They will wait for him. If Peter Obi wins, they won't give him anything. Mark my words. Even if he wins, they won't give him. Then the youth, if you only open the eyes of the youth to understand that the vote that they've given out is not working for them. Look, if you like, bring Barack Obama to come to Nigeria and govern Nigeria. He won't succeed. Why? Because of the constitution is faulty. I talked about that last time. It's faulty. So nobody Nobody can operate with this kind of constitution in Nigeria and succeed. So we need to dissolve that constitution. We need to just throw it aside and write our own constitution as a people. That is what we need if we want to live in that country as one. It won't work. Honestly speaking, it won't work. You see, I don't know why this slave mentality, this servitude life has really overshadowed us. You see, last 2 weeks, my 6 years old son, he came from school and he was telling me how they taught them about the slave trade, the Europeans, how they came to Africa and did everything. So they were not dramatizing it. So they asked him to act as the slave. He said, no, he won't act as a slave. So he acted as a master. So when he was telling me that, and I asked him, why did you act? Why didn't you want to act as a slave? He said, oh, daddy, do you want me to drink bad water? Do you want me to wear dirty clothes, drink urine, and eat from garbage? Do you want me to do that? No. I laughed. So at the end of the day, I sat down and I said, okay, good, you've taken a good decision. Good and fine. You were just dramatizing. But then I told him the truth. Don't ever let anybody, anywhere, any day make you a slave. Always stand up for your right. He said, yes. So, if a little child has an understanding that he shouldn't drink bad water, he shouldn't wear dirty clothes, he shouldn't eat from the garbage. Look at the whole Niger Delta. It's polluted. Not only Ogoni land, the whole entire Niger Delta is polluted. But our people are busy chasing bones. They are busy chasing crumbs from the master's table. It is a shame. It is a big shame. Because if you think of yourself and you don't think of those after you, then I don't think you've achieved anything. So, to run out what I'm saying, if we want to live as one Nigeria, we have to sit down and write our constitution. Everybody needs to be autonomous so that we bring equal representatives into the house. And when we are deciding, we decide based on facts and truth and not based on falsehood. If we don't want to live together, we can all go our separate ways. Because before we were not together, we were separated. If not for British colonization, I brought every one of us together. So it is not a crime. So I'm telling Ogoni people, think like Birabi, think like Ken Saro-Wiwa, act like Birabi, act like Ken Saro-Wiwa. These are our forefathers. They gave their best and they gave themselves for the Ogoni people, the Niger Delta, and for Nigeria. Do your best. Don't let anybody enslave you. You've seen the slavery system you are in. And if you are still playing according to the status quo, it's up to you. It's up to you to think and know that you need to create a future for yourself and your posterity. That is what life is all about. Thank you and God bless you.